If I gave a fuck what y'all think I would be doing this? Welcome to the FMFU podcast, the podcast that's from me, for us. Vulgar but true, real and never fake. I'm your host, Reese, and I've got a lot of shit on my mind today, so let's get into it. That's right, people. You hear the anthem. If you don't know what that means, let me tell you right now. It's motherfucking Ohio State versus Michigan this week. That's right. AKA versus Bitchigan. AKA versus the team up north. AKA whatever the fuck you want to call them blue and maize motherfuckers. But we don't fuck with them. Being from the state of Ohio, I can speak on that. And I'm going to say that Ohio State football, Ohio State fucking football, that's one thing that usually keeps us united as a goddamn state. We might not be able to agree on politics. We not be able to agree on other shit. But Ohio State football usually keeps us united. I mean, I'm not sure if it's because, it's one of the biggest colleges in the country or that it has been historically known as a great team compared to the rest of our fucking teams. I mean, come on now, let's be real. The Browns are fucking ass. The Indians have been a little better, but they disappointed me the last couple years. And then the LeBron Cavs are just always relevant, but the key word is the LeBron Cavs. But one thing for sure, 9 times out of 10, Ohio people, they're going to go hard for Ohio State, especially when it's versus fucking Michigan, a.k.a. Bitchigan. You'll get that small percentage of people being ones who might be born in Columbus or anywhere in the state, and then they'll claim they're, we're diehard Michigan fans, which that shit makes no fucking sense to me. Like, I don't understand that. How do things like that even happen? Like, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Y'all tell me, how does that shit happen when you're born from somewhere and you have a team that's, good and you have a select few people that don't like that team? That's similar to, let's say, the New England Patriots, for example. You born in fucking New England. Now, that consists of, how many other states, but you born up there and you hate them as a team and they've been good for, 16, 17, probably about to be 18 years. I don't understand how that happens. Maybe that's because of where I'm from, having a lack of a good football team. We would appreciate that more. But I just personally don't get how it makes any sense. Now, if you want to look into it, with some political shit, not ragging on the Patriots, but if we want to look at them, for example, they supported, Brady with the Trump hat or, they gave them money. But I don't fuck with the NFL anyway. I haven't watched one NFL game this year. So fuck the NFL. It's not for us. The NBA is ours. National Black Association. But anyway, stick with the shit on the field. I don't get it. Point is, hey, it's Ohio State versus Michigan week. I'm hyped. Go Buckeyes. Make that shit happen. And hopefully the right team shows up because I ain't gonna lie, man. It'd be two different teams. These motherfuckers be rolling, looking like all-stars one week. Be beating good teams. Beat Penn State the one week in a thriller. And then get blown out by a unranked fucking, I think, Iowa team. And just, I don't know. Typical Ohio shit. Eye roll emoji. Big shout out to everyone who wished me a happy birthday and tuned into episode 1. I appreciate all the love as always. I'm expecting the start of this new birth year to be a big year, and not even just a big year, but a fun time. I'm more than excited to share things with you all. I have the platform now, which is, the FMFU podcast, duh. But I'm going to have the platform now and be able to share things with people, give y'all a little bit of insight about my own life. As always, what's in my mind and, what's from me and what's for us and for you. So, if you were wondering, yeah, I did have a great birthday. The turn up was real, ate good, drank good, all that. I had a snack cookie. I'll let you put together what you think that is. But it was a good old time. It wasn't the big dirty 30 as I said last time. So it was just more of some low key stuff. But I definitely enjoyed myself. And yeah, time to move on now. But if you were a dickhead asshole and forgot to wish me a happy birthday, or you missed my shit because you're not a real friend, you fucking fake ass Facebook friends, shit crazy. Like half the people wouldn't even know it's your birthday if it wasn't for fucking Facebook and Instagram or seeing another motherfucker wish you happy birthday. So then they caught on like, oh yeah, it's my nigga's birthday today. But it's like, nigga, you ain't even fuck with me, so shut up. But, if you did miss my birthday or forgot to wish me a happy birthday and you just now catching up and you're like, oh shit, it's like too late to wish this nigga a belated birthday, y'all fuckers can make it up to me. Just do as I want everybody to do. Hit the subscribe button, follow my pages, Twitter, Instagram, and that's at FMFU_podcast. And also you can follow, like, and then share my Facebook page, From Me For Us. Help a motherfucker out, man. I want to get this word spread like wildfire because, like I said before, it's my thoughts, and it's not just for me. It's for all of us.
It's the FMFU podcast, bitch.
So, hey, you. Yeah, you. The ones listening. I need your attention right now. Right now. There's one thing that you don't always do that you need to start doing better. You and the rest of the people in the world don't always appreciate the small things in life. Let's think about this, for example. The small things in life, I say 9 times out of 10, are things usually that we would actually consider necessities. One thing in particular that used to not be a necessity but has turned into one is something we carry every day. Your phone, your cell phone, your smartphone, your iPhone, your Samsung, whatever you want to call it. But let's sit here and think about this for a second. If your cell phone stopped working for the day, just a whole 24 hours straight without your cell, think about what issues this would create for you. Like, what would be your problem if you didn't have your phone? I mean, some people would probably agree with words, something along the lines of shit, chaos, fucking anxiety, goddamn stress, etc. Whatever synonym you want to use. For most, it's not the new age norm for it to not be functioning properly. Now, I know for me personally, it wouldn't be good because, well, for one, I have no house phone in case of an emergency. And 2, I need my phone for music when I work out or when I go to the gym. Shit, I don't know about y'all, but I can't even really run on a treadmill without certain music to get me going. Like, I might go to the gym and if I forgot my headphones, look, usually I keep some studio beats with me. And I actually have some Beats X for work, so that can be my backup. So I'm usually good. But before I had them Beats X for work, I didn't like carrying wired fucking headphones, get tangled up. But if there was an instance where I'd be packing my bag and I just so happen forget to bring my Beats, my studios with me, and it's time to get in there and I go to the gym and I'm looking in my bag and I can't find it, I'm like, shit. So I can't run on the treadmill. Like I can, but it's like it's way harder to do it if I don't have my headphones. It's just nothing like some throwback Killer Cam and Jay-Z, Welcome to New York City. That shit gets my blood going. I'm not even from there, Dipset bitch. But, yo, remember when Dipset was like super popping? Like I'm telling you, like you couldn't go anywhere or turn on anything without the Dipset being relevant. Like, they were the underground, like, kings of this movement, the movement you move with. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas just used to be the funniest with the raps, nigga. Like, fucking J.R. Ryder, come on. Like, the tighter, the cipher. And we'd be like, oh, nigga, that shit's so fucking hot. Like, them was our niggas, man. But, oh, yeah, and by the way, if you didn't know, Diplomat's got a new single out right now called Once Upon a Time. It's only got Killer and Jim on it. And it's on Apple Music. It's probably on Spotify and everything else, but I know it's on Apple Music for sure. But it's not a bad song, man. Like, I listened to it at work. I think like first day was like last week. And at first, I kind of just gave it a listen real fast. Hey, I got to go back and listen to like a song like 3-4 times or something to kind of, see how you really like it. And that shit's actually starting to grow on me. So, classic sound and Heatmakers beat, Dipset. Okay, my bad. I relapsed there. But anyway, but back to my point. I get way off track. Like, as I was saying, the small necessities of what we need, and going to my previous example of our phone, the lack of a phone would be a major inconvenience for a vast majority of us. I mean, and with that being said, we all need to appreciate the value of such a small thing we have. I mean, think about the value it gives you on a daily. For most of us urban millennials out there, and even the ones that I like to call seasoned vets who might be listening, the phone is important because of all the value it gives us on a daily. But there might be something else we can all agree on that is a small necessity but needs to always be appreciated. Now, this is a place that is all over America, probably in every city in the country, and I personally think it should be considered a national treasure. So, well, first, for the ignorant motherfuckers, like, well, nigga, what the fuck is a national treasure, my nigga? Well, let me take your asses to school real quick. A national treasure is defined as an artifact, institution, or public figure regarded as being symbolic of a nation's cultural heritage or identity. The place I'm talking about, I feel, is one of the black man's safest havens. The place where nothing, no one, or no topic is off limits, especially sports. I believe every one of these places needs a plaque, some type of recommendation, or some type of recognition. Well, unless the service is shitty or the workers are fucking whack, of course. But holding that that's not the case, this is something that is near and dear to me. We all need them. Moms hate taking their sons to them. This thing I speak of is the barbershop, ladies and gentlemen. The damn barbershop. Now, I've been a guy who's lived in I'd say about 6 different areas of the U.S. in my years of living. And it's always a hassle when you move because, you're moving. It fucking sucks. But not just because of the moving and how tired it makes you and how time consuming it is. Anytime you go somewhere new, there's 3 important things that every black man typically needs to know when he moves. So this just adds it to the agenda of what else you got going on. I mean, the first thing you think about is, okay, well, where's the mall? We can't be bums out here. So you got to be able to get some clothes or whatever else the case is. Where's the liquor store at? Well, who don't want to know where the liquor store is? I mean, you got to stay lit, right? And then, where's the best barbershop? Well, you need a barbershop because you got to stay fresh. The barbershop, I might have named that last out of these 3, but that certainly does not mean that it's the least. I think it's definitely the most important. Unless you're a rarity and, you cut your own hair, you a bald-headed scallywag, ain't got no hair in the bag, or you got dreads or got, oh God, I hope not, but you got braids. Hey, fellas, real quick. Hey, ladies, you can listen too, because you need to take heed to what I'm saying right now. Let's be real quick. It's only 4 relevant people that I think braids are acceptable for. These few are the braids gods, but these are the only few. So here's my list of niggas that gets the braids pass. You got, and this isn't in particular order. You got A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott, I'm gonna say Pusha T, and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi will probably never cut his hair because his hair is his power or some shit. You read that story in the Bible where, cut his hair and he lost all his power. I think that's how Kawhi Leonard would be if he cut his hair. Also, they always say that Kawhi likes to, save mad bread. And I think, he still drives his old car and all this other shit. So when you saving mad bread, you're probably thinking shit, my nigga, I can keep these dusty ass braids and I ain't got to pay a barber shit because them celebrity barbers get expensive. I think Kanye barber said he he get his hair cut every day, and I think it's like $500 a day. It's a lot. It's a fuck ton. So Kawhi like, man, I ain't paying that shit. I just keep these dusty ass braids in. You know, I just get my shit done every once in a while and ball the fuck out. You know, cause I'm the nigga and I'm, you know, whatever. But yeah, if he cut his hair, he'd probably be one of them guys that lose their game. Speaking of people cutting hair and having braids, AI, man, remember AI cut his hair and like towards the end of his years, and remember they was all like clowning him, said he looked like a little ass boy during the All-Star game at the All-Star week. But so AI, he gets a pass for growing his shit back out when he did, because you know, he just looked like vintage AI. And I mean, and shit, even besides that, he's fucking Allen Iverson. Probably one of the GOATs to a lot of people who watched that mid-90s basketball. You know, AI was Kyrie before there was a Kyrie. So AI gets a pass, you know, even though he's still into the 90s fashion and the big ass jeans and chains, just like DMX. But hey, yo, this is random too, but hey, remember back in 03 when all of your favorite rappers and singers were wearing jerseys, but then like you get somebody like Ron Isley, like aka Mr. Biggs, you know, he'd occasionally throw like a fur coat on top of like that Paul Pierce 34 and have like a matching hat with it or some shit. Like, shit was just funny. That was the definition of fucking fresh, yo. Our grandkids gonna be looking back like, what the hell was wrong with y'all? But, and moving on. I know people probably like, bruh, you way in left field. But, hey, this is my shit. I can do that, yo. And y'all still gonna listen, because I'm very intriguing. But, let's get back on track. So, the barbershop. It's one of the fucking staples. It's very important to us as men. So, clothes and liquor, yes, they're on the list, but they're not as important, because let's be real. You know, you can always order clothes online, and the liquor store don't really make the fuck ton of a difference, because they all carry the same shit. Some might be cheaper than others, but for the most part, it don't really matter. The barbershop holds the most weight. It's very important. You ever heard of that saying that goes something like, it's not about what you're wearing, but how you wear it? Well, 9 times out of 10, the thing that differentiates you from the next man who has on the same outfit probably all started from that cut you got in the barber chair. Because, my nigga, let me tell you, I don't give a fuck if you got on the newest J's, newest jeans, newest shirt, newest hat, newest whatever the fuck you got on. Hey, if your motherfucking hairline looking like it's doing the goddamn worm, or that shit pushed back, or it's zigzagging, or it's fucked up, or whatever the hell it is, I don't give a fuck if you goddamn whatever your favorite celebrity is. Your dumb ass is getting clowned. Barbershops can be compared to something I'd say like the goddamn club. Like, some are very unique, but for the most part, I mean, they pretty much have all the same things in common. This is pretty much no matter where you go. I don't care if this shop is in South Bend, Indiana, or if it's in fucking Boston. You can expect to see the same shit. Clubs have rules. Now, they're more like unwritten rules, but there's rules to the shop as well. I mean, both places, as I said, since they're similar, they both are going to have things that need to be watched out for. One thing for certain that you can expect in the barbershop is for your neighborhood, let's call them peddler. Alright, okay, well, we can call them dope fiend, to come in and try to peddle whatever's hot at the time. Whether it's, we got these fidget spinners on deck, or we got a whole rack of some fake ass Yeezy boosts. Man, listen, you can buy a fidget spinner, that's fine, but do not buy them fake ass Yeezys or them fake ass J's from them cats coming in and sell them in the barbershop. Don't do it to yourself, bro. A big no-no. That's a from me for us no-no. Don't go there. I don't care if you got it in navigation. You might fuck around and get athlete's foot. But don't buy them shoes. Remember the moms I mentioned about earlier? When I said, moms hate taking their sons to them, like, to get cut up. I mean, there's a reason for that. And it's not because they're deadbeat moms. No, they're taking their sons like they should if the father can, or if the father is, well, we don't know who he is. But anyway, moms really don't like taking their sons to the barbershop. For the most part. Billions of people in the world. I can't speak for everyone, but she don't really like it. Well, why is that? Well, because, if she fine, like fine as fuck, or even if she halfway decent, somebody in that shop, they're going to try to bag her ass. Trust me. Shit, it might even be one of the barbers themselves, especially if that ass is shaking. Like, hey, soon as little man get in the chair, one of them niggas, they already done spotted her when she came. Everybody spots you when you come in the barbershop. You ever notice, like, unless it's super, super packed. Like, as soon as you open that door, unless the door already open on like a hot summer day, as soon as you walk in, it seems like everybody always turn their head towards you when you walk in. So, when it's a fine piece of meat walking in, a fine woman, and she coming in with her son, everybody gonna look like, oh shit, who that? But she gonna sit down, she gonna talk to the barber, say, how many you got, whatever. Then her son gonna get in the chair. So, soon as little man get in the chair, though, it's always gonna be one. One of them niggas always gonna want to take the dive. Somebody gotta fall on the sword first. So, one of them they already been waiting to talk. All of them probably been waiting to talk. But you gonna have the one, he gonna come up to her, he gonna be like, hey, yo, ma, what's really good with you? Your son looking for a father, know what I mean? Hey, some niggas so bold, they ain't even gonna care about little man, no. They gonna do this shit right in front of them. You try to call him son, hey, what's up, son? How you doing? Can I speak to your mother for a second? Hey, I got a story for y'all. Hey, some of these cats, to be real, they so goddamn bold, they might even try to bag your girl that you brought with you to the shop. They won't say nothing when you sitting there with her. They'll kind of keep an eye on her when they think you're not paying attention. But when you hop in that chair, wait until every time your barber got to spin you around and, your eyes are shut so the hair doesn't get in. Oh, dude gonna be trying to bag. If he real slick about it, he'll even stop when you happen to be facing where they sitting. So he'll be chopping it when your back turn. You turn back towards him, he just gonna stop and just be looking like he ain't doing nothing. I'm telling you, watch out for these sneaky niggas. I'm trying to tell y'all, trust your boy. Stay woke, quote unquote. I'm speaking from experience here. Speaking of being spun around in the chair while your girl is about to leave you to get piped down by the swagged out dope boy, you can't chair hop at the barbershop. Even if your barber is out for the day, you don't just chair hop. If you pick a barber, you gotta stay with that barber. Now there's a few exceptions, something might occur that, sometimes you don't have a choice. So let's say the original barber you've been going to, or you had, he's unreliable. He can't cut as well as you like. You have a last minute job interview or a trip and you're in a rush, and then you say your barber's out sick, so you ain't got no choice but to go to another man. Whatever, man. You get my drift. Those are different examples, but no one is saying stay with a barber if he bald patches your head, my dude, but just use your best judgment. Remember, all of these rules are like unwritten rules, and chair hopping also makes things awkward. So, hey, remember, the online meme Bible states dudes will go to another barber and feel guilty but cheat on their girl and then go home like nothing happened. Now, I ain't gonna lie with y'all motherfuckers. That meme was goddamn right. I know women probably like, what the fuck? And these dudes listening probably like, man, chill, my nigga, damn. But, hey, yo, I can't front. I seen this shit happen way too often. Niggas won't cheat on their barber for numerous reasons. Well, for one, by going to the same barber, he's gonna keep you fresh since he's the only one that works on your head. And you follow the rules. But hear me out, ladies and fellas. It isn't our fault. Well, why isn't it our fault, you ask? Well, because the online meme Bible also states barbers are the real reason for niggas cheating. Man, look at this nigga haircut and tell me how he's supposed to avoid hoes. Now, that's an absolute fact. Hey, how you... You think, man, bitch, my hairline's so good, how I'm supposed to avoid that shit? What the fuck? No, I'm only kidding. I I did that to be funny. I hate people treating memes like the Bible. Stop treating memes like it's the fucking Bible, yo. It's not cool.
It's the FMFU podcast, bitch.
On another note, I don't read a lot of books, but I tend to read a lot of articles online, Google a lot of different ideas, blog posts, things that people have studied, and I tend to try to take a average of everything to basically deduce what my own thoughts are as far as, do I compare to what other people are thinking, and am I kind of on the right track with thinking how things should be? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it also gives me a different perspective on things compared to me expressing it in a loud, obnoxious, or funny way, or me being able to take it in and then spew it back out in a more educational way. But as far as the topic on hand, I looked online and I did find this quote. And basically, it defined a black barbershop as a space where black people can communicate freely, problems can be articulated and solutions discussed, narratives about events in society can be constructed. Excuse me. The need for barbershops is historical. For much of world history, disadvantaged groups, which includes women, working class, racial minorities, and sexual minorities, had no access to the means of communication. The problems that were discussed on the national news or in national newspapers were of a certain group, of a certain class, of a certain gender. What I got for this was, in layman's terms, the barbershop is our shit. It's for us, by us. Remember, FUBU. As this podcast is from me, for us. FMFU. See what I did there? I paid homage. FUBU used to be my shit. But let's think about this. You have to appreciate being able to be in an environment where you can actually be yourself and talk about issues that pertain to your people without being the minority voice. My people who went to HBCUs, raise your hands right now. No, I can't see it, but I'm sure you probably was quick to throw a fist up because we are very proud to say when we went to a HBCU. But my HBCU people, whether you went there for 2 years, or you went for all 4 of your years, 5 for some of y'all who ain't graduate on time, and maybe even 6 for some of y'all. But, that time period you spent there is special because that's one of the only time periods in our lives where we are the majority. And it's crazy because it's like a total 360. You go 18 years of your life and you're pretty much labeled as, the minority. You get to this great college. All HBCUs are great. I don't care which one it is. I graduated from Hampton University, class of 2011, Onyx 8, Black Diamonds. Everybody know what it is. But all HBCUs are great. And you spend 18 years of your life before you get there. And then you go from being the minority to the majority, and you get to see black excellence everywhere, and it's just so fucking great. But it goes back to a different transition because after you get out of school of the HBCUs, you go right back to being what you were for at least the first 18 years of your lives in school, the fucking minority. And we as black people, especially our black men, myself included, we always have to be cautious of our words and our actions when we're out in the world because certain things we just have to be the better man as. Like, somebody else could do something, excuse me, I could do the exact same thing, but I would get labeled as the angry black man, and then the next guy would be labeled as, oh, he has family issues. Well, we all got family issues, man. Like, ain't nobody... I don't care who you are in America. Everybody got some type of issues they deal with. So that's just not an excuse. But us as black men, and even our ladies too, our black women too, we have to always be considerate on how we act and how we do things. Remember, I mentioned this in episode 1. Perception is key. And we always have to control our perception, even when we aren't doing anything wrong at all. The barbershop is a blessing. Because I don't have to deal with any of that perception political bullshit. I can be me. I can talk my shit. I can argue with these dumbasses up here about basketball or whatever sport. And hell, sometimes we even learn from each other when we in there. The barbershop, black man's sanctuary. Ladies, I do this for everybody. And yeah, I did speak more on the barbershop this episode. And I probably won't never speak on the hairstylist spot because I don't know what it's like. So maybe I need to get a guest on here to talk about that one day. That might be a good idea. But I will say this. If y'all hairstylist spot is anything like that episode of Everybody Hates Chris, word of advice, be careful of gossiping in front of your daughters, because she gonna run back and she gonna tell all the goddamn business, just like Tanya did. Shout out to the month of November. As I've been saying all month, this is my month, all 30 days. The 17th is just the dendata of the day. But months going on, time's moving fast, and the turnup's going to continue. I just want to say I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, eats lots of food. It's always a good time. Spend it with your family. Just enjoy yourself. You know damn well I'm going to be enjoying myself because Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. But what are y'all thankful for? Maybe the holiday might be like, oh, them fucking pilgrims and came through and killed us. But we all thankful for something, man, regardless on how it came about. But what are you thankful for? Give me a shout, man. Let me know. Maybe it could be something we could talk about in the future. Thank you for listening to the FMFU podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to receive all the latest podcasts when they release. Also, be sure to follow FMFU on Twitter and Instagram at FMFU_podcast. Remember, people, if no one is going to be honest with you, your boy Reese will. And that's always. Until next time, fuckers.